Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 10 Japanese battleship Yamato. She has 97,200 health, a top speed of 27 knots, 9 460mm guns, 30 secondary guns, a surface detect of 17.5 kilometers, and 84 AA defense rating. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved secondary battery, improved main battery rate of fire, reduced the chance of flood and fire, reduced the flood and fire duration, improved target acquisition. For my commander, basic firing training, basic survivability, expert marksman, improved damage control, superintendent, advanced firing training, and manual secondaries. We are on the map Islands of Ice. We are rocking the Halloween camo. I like the way it looks. I don't really care that it makes the ship just stand out on the water. It's all about looking cool, and yeah. Plus, of course, the effects that it gives you are fantastic. So, I figured at the start of the match, I was going to shadow the destroyers on my team. One is headed for sea, and I'm trying to fire on an enemy battleship at extreme ranges, and I assume that they're going to try and return fire, so I angle slightly for the incoming shot. We do 1,400 points of damage, and he does a little bit more to me. So I'm going to continue to try and fire on enemies that I see, and this Des Moines appears to be sailing directly in front of me, so I need to be careful. Of course, I don't want to run into him, and hopefully he's aware of me. I need to shuffle just a little bit over to port in order to not completely slam into him. Just nicked him. Enemy torpedoes are in the water. Clearly there is at least one enemy destroyer over by Sea Point, capturing it probably. So I'm going to try and rush forward and then turn into the torpedo. A lot of times you'll find yourself where, oh no, the torpedo's never going to hit me, and in fact there's sort of a crossfire, so I have to make sure that I could fit in, and I do. But a lot of times when you see enemy torpedoes incoming, you gotta consider, how fast are you? How fast can you actually respond to your rudder? It's a battleship. It's not going to respond that quickly. Interesting, there's an enemy gearing that could be a potential target. Enemy Yamato is firing on friendlies that are probably broadside. I would love to engage either one of these battleships before they go behind the island, or that gearing. And the gearing is so close, so I decide to drop the speed. Hopefully the gearing is going to speed on forward, and I will be able to engage him. That was the plan. And just work with the plan. I shifted over the camera with C. That cycles the view, so you can have a better shot. And oh, we do 3,000. Not enough to kill him, and he's hidden from view. It appears that the enemy battleship tried to predict that I was heading towards the island, and I was able to slow down just as he decided to fire, so it missed completely. Now, that could be the gearing's torpedo systems. We don't really know. There are a lot of enemy destroyers, 5. So you can understand why I'm not willing to push forward so aggressively without at least destroyers being in front of my ship, friendly ships, cruisers. It's very important. I'm not afraid to fire on enemy destroyers, and this Benson's within 11 kilometers. It is a realistic shot. So I lead him the full distance. I fire at the enemy Benson, and we get 6,600 points of damage. Not bad. Not bad for a battleship with full AP. But this is not a good position. I can't go towards the center. I should head towards Sea Point, where most of my team appears to be. It's great to have support and to be supportive, but you can't do anything on your own as a battleship. You have to have other people. And you do sort of lean on them, and I miss the Benson. Either he adjusted his shot or I misaimed. I don't want to run into the torpedoes that I am backing up into, so I'm going to drop the speed, move forward just to make sure. And then we will continue the process once the torpedoes are gone. But as a battleship, you want to have cruisers and destroyers in order to protect yourself. If there is the threat of a destroyer or the threat of torpedoes, you got to be careful. that's going to rebalance you immediately. Now you notice I turned on my secondary gun range. I'm using manual AA at max range. I should have been using it more proactively. Maybe I've missed probably 5 to 10 seconds worth of time against the enemy. Haven't really been that close. And I'm just trying to stay bow on, do as much damage as I can while avoiding the damage. My team has C point. They have my butt covered. Quite literally my butt covered. I just need to cover them. I need to do my best to discourage those battleships from pushing forward. And an enemy Benson shows back up. He is within gun range. You notice I do set him as my secondary gun. And I'm just trying to predict his turn. And it looks like we were able to predict maybe a little bit too far behind. I just nick him for 3,700. A single shell. Okay, I'll take that. He might actually run into friendly torpedoes. This could be close. It could be very close. Maybe he's over-rotating. Maybe he's compensating. Oh, he's got torpedoes from all sides. Yes! Friendly Fletcher is able to take out the Benson. I'm sure he felt like, ah! Evil, I hate you, torpedo boats. The destroyers did a good job of crisscrossing their torpedoes, it looked like there. So, we have a 2-base, 2-1 advantage. We just have to wait for the enemy to come towards us. The friendly aircraft carrier on the western flank is in trouble. Very, very much so. He's actually dead now. The enemy Fletcher sailed all the way to the friendly aircraft carrier and was able to kill him in the first 7 minutes of the match. That's actually pretty impressive. I guess he didn't leave the area. Maybe he went the wrong way. I don't know what happened. But absolutely good job, Fletcher. Got to keep in mind that there is a destroyer somewhere on the far western flank. So I have a friendly North Carolina. I'm going to support him. We're going to go around this island. I'm going to try and sit bow on and fire against broadside cruisers and battleships. It appears that some of the enemy battleships want to push into B. And if I can get in position quickly and fire at their flank, they will have a difficult time taking it. The rate of fire, the secondaries, it's impressive. This was on the stream, and I do have a 19-point commander. You're not going to get a 19-point commander. This is a very unique scenario. So I'm pretty defensive. I don't have my normal concealment build. I don't usually go secondaries on my Japanese battleship, but I decided, let's try it out. Let's see how well we can do for our team. And the enemy, Ron Burgundy, is sort of moving pretty slow, so I give a very small lead against him. Still following the North Carolina, and intent on enhancing his ability to fight the enemy, just as he's trying to enhance my ability to fight the enemy. So we come around, trying to set up so we have maximum armor potential against the enemy, looking for possible targets that are showing too much side. That enemy Hindenburg, he's a candidate. 10 kilometers, oh man, we could penetrate him so hard and send him to the bottom of the sea. My back gun is almost in position. My front 2 guns are already in. Oh, he's just opening up. Come on, get a citadel, knock him out of the match. So I aim at the waterline, fire all guns. Friendly gets there just as I get there, and basically we would have one-shot him whether the other battleship hit the target. It was a mutual destruction on that guy. Good job. And I did 20,000. He probably did another 15 or whatever, you know. The enemy battleship takes torpedoes from the friendly Fletcher. Good job. It just feels so much safer when you have the support of a destroyer. Now, the friendly North Carolina probably pushing forward a little bit too much. I decided not to push in. There's too many enemies there. We have to stay bow on. We have to try and wear them down. Use the torpedoes to our advantage. I can't risk throwing my ship away in this instance. Most of the friendly battleships are southern of my flank even. I don't know what they're going after. Maybe they felt like taking out a destroyer. The battleships, though, well, it's a pretty heavy fight over here, okay? I'm trying to consider... Nope, he's going to turn back. He recognized he was showing too much side. So I'm just going to continue to fire on the lowest held target. maybe even back up, since we're so close to each other, and maintain as well of an angle as I possibly can. Keep in mind, when you're using manual secondary, you need to actively be seeking an enemy within range and select them for your secondary guns, otherwise they will not fire. I make that mistake far too often. The enemy North Carolina is backing up as well. Well, we'll fire in reverse and see how well we do. Okay, 6,300, not bad. I am sustaining significant damage. The enemy Yamato takes a friendly torpedo, which is great. My friendlies are dealing with the torpedo boat, the destroyer that took out the friendly aircraft carrier. So I don't know what they're doing. All I can do is really focus on my flank and inhibit the enemy, and he's gonna pull a reverse Notser. Boy, isn't that embarrassing. It would be even more embarrassing if he would have died. No, 4,000. I'm about to pull a reverse Notser. Okay, let's not run into the island. That would be really, really bad. Friendly Fletcher got more torpedoes on the enemy North Carolina, and he's dead. I'm using my heal. Because of the reduced time that fires stay on my ship, I can be a little bit more conservative with my damage control use. Only using it for the absolute worst scenario. So, just continue the process. The Burgundy's firing on us. The Yamato's firing on us. There's another enemy battleship that is unspotted. And right now it feels pretty good, right? It feels pretty dominant. There's only one enemy destroyer left on the map. And we see pretty much where all the enemy is. So we shouldn't lose this game, right? It's a public game. It's a random battle. Don't ever assume anything. That's all I'm going to say. And I think that was the Montana. He did 7,000 and set us on fire. But it's only one fire. So I'm just going to let it burn. The secondaries are still working on the Yamato. And he's just barely outside of my range now, I believe. But I can't pass up a broadside battleship. I'm going to fire at the Montana. Try and punish this. And we lead him in reverse. Maybe it could have been a little bit better. It looks pretty good. Ooh, yes. 13,000. That's pretty good. The enemy Yamato dies to friendly torpedoes. This is what I'm talking about. This is how a game should be. The destroyers are what discourage the bow-on gameplay. When I have protection from my team, I can be so much more powerful. And I'm going to continue to fire on the Montana. He's still backing up and showing a perfect broadside. Maybe he felt like there was no other option. This time, I probably let a little bit too much. Yeah. Most of the shells hit the water just inside of a ship. And maybe I should have fired at this enemy, Ron Burgundy, because he's 10 kilometers out. Easy penetration. Friendly North Carolina is working on him. He's trying to get in range to use his torpedoes. He probably feels like that's the only thing he can do. I fire at the enemy, do 17,000. Oh, we're going to run into the friendly Montana. Sorry, buddy. Didn't see you. Enemy aircraft are in the area. The nice thing is that he just enhanced my AA protection, and I'm trying to stay off of him. Please don't kill us. Please don't kill us. We're able to take out all but 2 torpedo boats, and we're all safe. Basically, we used each other to absorb that damage. And I don't have any heal left. This is it. I love how it's telling me, look how much you could heal for if you had it. Thanks, game. Really appreciate it. And I felt like the enemy cruiser was going to die. So that's why I used my shot on the Montana. Maybe that was wrong. Probably was wrong in that moment. But the friendly Montana, what? He missed! How did he miss? I don't know how he missed. Did it ricochet? But it looks like I'm going to be the one who has to finish this guy off. So, aim at the waterline. We fire the guns. We get 2 shells to make contact. Another one ricochets. Oh, man. He's going to drop torpedoes on my friend. No! Come on, Montana. Speed on through that. Oh, is he going to avoid it? Yes, he is. He avoids it. And remember, use the secondaries. I keep forgetting. Enemy Benson, he's within 9. I have to fire at him. If he's this close, I can't pass this up. So I lead him with my 2 front guns. Maybe a little bit too much. Just a hair too much. Gosh. We can't allow the Benson to survive. He is a threat to me and the Montana. And now he is hidden for a minute. Look at the teams. Look how close it is. Yes, we have full control over the capture points, but we're only one ship ahead. Yeah. And that Montana, probably dead. My ship is close to dead if torpedoes are an issue. The enemy Montana, he's fairly healthy. And, oh, the Benson chose the friendly Montana. Is he going to be able to avoid the torpedoes? He is. Somehow he got lucky. He didn't get lucky against the enemy Montana, of course. And the Benson, for whatever reason, is showing himself. I don't have secondary range, but I do have primary range. And I just, at this point, I was going to do anything in my power to try and take the Montana out of the match so my Montana can survive. And he shows just a little bit of his side. Looked like he was using HE. We get him for 4,800. Not enough damage to really justify that. My secondaries are set on him. We set him on fire. That's good. Hopefully it can stick. Hopefully we can get another one. The Benson is trying to engage me, but I think he's outside of his effective range. So I'm just going to continue to try and work on the Montana. He's the only target I see. Would love to break one of those front guns, force him to show more side. And this Benson, unwisely, is moving a little bit too close to me. So what I'm going to do is pull an audible. I'm going to engage him with my guns. Now, he might interpret it as I'm setting up for a broadside joust against Montana. I'm going to lead him. I'm just waiting. Fire the two front guns. They look good. It is good. We take them out. We earn Confederate. We earn high caliber. And I would love to ram this guy. That's what I was intending to do on the stream. I don't really care about my life anymore. The game is over if we kill him. But it looks like he's able to rotate past me. Use the back gun to get a little bit of damage. Not enough to kill him. And it looks like the game's going to end with two battleships just doing a little dance out in islands of ice. We missed him by that much. We were so close to killing him. I earned, I believe that's Arsonist, Confederate, Dreadnought, High Caliber, 1 kill, only 1 kill, 177,000 points of damage done, 137 secondary guns hit the target. We earned 2,450 base XP. Look at that Fletcher. That Fletcher did a great job for his team. Absolutely great job, Fletcher, for us. We needed that. The Montana did a good job for his team. The friendly Des Moines, I think he did a great job as well. And I'm pretty proud of my team. I wish we would have locked that up a little bit more, but it was a fun engagement. Most of my damage, of course, AP, but 13,000 in secondaries, 20,000 in fires, not bad. We absorbed, or potential damage towards our target, 3,700,000. That's pretty good. I actually enjoyed this build a lot. It felt pretty tanky, and I felt like I had pretty good rate of fire, not that bad of concealment. So yeah, I hope this was an interesting game where we were back and forth with the enemy and we tried to use our team to enhance our power. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.